So when somebody calls to our office, the first thing that we do is we fill out a potential client form. And that form is available to you on Smart Legal Practice. It is built in as a form that already has the fields and the questions. So you or whoever in your office takes that call can just fill it in. And it's basically the name of your client or your potential client, the name of the opposing party, and there could be more than one. So an example of that in family law would be, let's say that you have a husband and a wife, but you also have interveners. A grandparent has intervened, they want custody, things like that. So you need a list of every potential party. Then we like to get a list of where they're employed, because one of the lawyers in our firm does some civil work, and so it would be a disaster if one of our civil clients employed one of the opposing parties in family law. So we like to know where are they employed, and then we like to find out the county. Is it a divorce or a modification? What type of case? And do they have children, and what are the ages? And that's basically the form. If you ask too many other questions than that, if you have your staff ask too many questions, they get annoyed because they don't want to be asked all these questions to begin with. So that seems to be the information we definitely need. And we also ask who the referral source was. And there's a program, a great system in Smart Legal Practice to track your referral sources and keep track of leads, so that would go in there as well. So the first thing on our list here is they've already completed the form in Smart Legal Practice that we just talked about, and we remind them to explain how we charge for our initial consultation. And if your system is different than mine, then you'll need to edit this, because as you'll see, anytime there's a little I in a circle here, it has additional information, and you can just put your cursor over that I and see that information, or you can click into it like this and read it or edit it, and this is where you would edit it. So in my firm, the way we handle it is a lawyer will talk to anybody for 15 minutes or so on the phone, and if they don't hire us, we don't charge them. And that's just my service to the world, so that if somebody has a hot burning family law question that's really upsetting them, I can probably in 15 minutes calm them down and give them some cursory information that would be helpful to them, and then we can figure out if we should take the next step or not. And typically the next step would be to come in person, or sometimes they hire us after that just electronically if it's not convenient to come in. But some people prefer to have them come in and not have that initial phone call. I do charge for an in-person initial consultation, and that typically would last an hour, and we just charge at the hourly rate of the lawyer whose time is involved. So if they met with me for an hour, they would pay my hourly rate for an hour. If they met with another lawyer, whatever their hourly rate is. So we want to be sure that people aren't surprised by that they don't come in thinking it's going to be one way and it's a different way. And so we inform them of that. We give them a lot of valuable information in that in-person meeting. It's going to be longer than the 15-minute call, obviously, so we do charge for that, but some lawyers don't. So whatever your policy is, you can edit this to meet your policy and make sure that whoever's taking that call can inform the potential client of how that is treated.